Hello and welcome to Martin Maths. We're doing a GCSE Maths Higher paper 2, calculator paper, and this is question 16. It says on the grid, draw the graph of x squared plus y squared equal to 12.25. So hopefully we know that x squared plus y squared equals r squared is a circle. So I know that in the end, I'm going to get a circle. First thing I want to do is find out what the radius is. So I use my calculator, type in square root of 12.25, and I have 3.5, which I've got there. So that's the radius. So I know that I'm looking for a circle, center 0, that's going to cut the x and y axis at 3.5. So I'm going to plot those points. They've given us 0 there, 2 there, so 3 is there. 3.5 is there. It's going to cut the y-axis there. It's going to go around this 3. There's 3.5. We're going to cut the x-axis there. It's going to go around this 3. There's 3.5. Negative 3.5, I should say. And then negative 3.5 in the x direction. So going to get a circle there. I'm going to try and work out a few more values using a table of values. So I know that when x is 0, y is plus minus 3.5. Let's try a bit more. What about when x is 1? So 1 squared plus y squared equals 12.25. So y squared will equal 11.25. So I'm going to take the square root of 11.25. We get 3.35. So when x is 1, y is going to be 3 somewhere around there, and negatively there's 3, so there's 2 somewhere around there. Let's do that for, so as I say, 3.35. It'll be symmetrical for this, for when x is minus. What about when x is 2? So 2 squared plus y squared equal to 12.25. So it'll be 12.25 minus 4 now, which is about 8.5. Square root of that, and I get 2.91. So y is 2.91 plus or minus. So when x is 2, I'm going to get 2.91, roughly about there, roughly about there. Okay, and obviously it is symmetrical. And let's do one more. That's plus or minus 2.91. Let's try 3 now. So we know that 3 squared plus y squared is 12.25. 3 squared, which no is 9. 12.25 minus 9 is 3.25. Take the square root of that. And I get 1.8. So here, y equals plus minus 1.8. So on this graph, when x is 3, I'm at about there's 1, 2, 4, 6. 1, 2, 4, 6, about there. Okay, and similarly here, 1, about there, symmetrical on the other side. I might be doing too much for this, but I want to make sure it is 2 marks only, so all they probably really want to see is that you know it's a circle, that you have the radius, and that you've plotted at least these 3.5. So I might be doing a bit too much here by going through this whole table of values, but I'd like to see that. You could also get your compass, set your compass to 3.5, and draw a smooth, smoother than my freehand here, circle around like that. Okay, but I wanted to get a few of those values with a table of values. Okay, and again, it's symmetrical, so whatever the case is for 2, it's going to be for minus 2. Okay, so that is that circle of x squared plus y squared equal to 12.25, where the radius is 3.5. That's that distance there and distance anywhere. Now the question goes on to say find the estimates for the solutions of the simultaneous equations of this circle and this straight line. Now, it says estimates because they want you to use your graph and read off the values from the graph. We've plotted this graph. Now let's plot the straight line. I'm going to use the dual intercept method because of the way it's written, meaning I'm going to solve when x is 0 and when y is 0. So when x is 0, y is 1, because I just cover that x. When y is 0, cover the y, 2x equals 1, so x equals a half. So I'm going to plot the points 0, 1, and a half, 0. So x is 0, y is 1, and when y is 0, x is a half. So there's 1, so we're talking about there. Okay, now check that I've got the right slope here. I'm thinking it's a downward slope. If I turn this into y equals mx plus c form, I would get a -2 coefficient. So it would be a downward slope, and my gradient would look like that. Again, you should use a ruler here, but as I'm doing everything one-handed, slightly trickier, I would draw my straight line to go through those 2 points, roughly like that. And then there would be my 2 solutions. Okay, I would get 2 solutions, and in this case, I'm going to say that looks like about 2 and minus 2.9. So 2 minus 2.9, roughly. Okay, which kind of looks like what I got on the table here. So it looks like one of the points might be that. And then the other one would be about here, minus 1.2 and 3.3. So minus 1.2 and 3.3. I could check those on the calculator, see if they're at all accurate, but it did ask us for an estimate, and they're just looking to see, can you see that the straight line and the circle are going to cut and make notes like that. Okay, there we go. That's simultaneous equations, plotting, table of values, circles, a lot of maths in there. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and good luck for your exams.